Hello, this is Jess. Chat session number 141, March 21st, 2018, a Wednesday, around 3 p.m. Getting a little earlier start than this is the time I would like to do it. I just always have other stuff going on. But I have time today, so here I am. Chat session number 141. We're going to go into the tidbits of history. 1871. Henry Morton Stanley begins his famous search through Africa for the missing British explorer Dr. Davis Livingstone. It was a 2-year expedition in Africa to find the source of the Nile River. Dr. Livingstone never returned, so after 6 years, Henry Stanley began his search for Dr. Livingstone. 6 months in, all kinds of stuff going on. They came across some tribe, and there was a white guy there with a beard, and he walked up to him in the famous words, "Dr. Livingstone, I presume." That's spread all across the world, and still has meaning to this day as far as history and what happened. But Dr. Livingstone refused to come back. He said he had a mission and he was going to stay there, and he died there in Africa. So the other guy, the Morton Stanley, he did some bad things while he was in Africa, and he was subsequently shunned by the British nobility for what he did in Africa, signing contracts, different things that were abuseful to Africa and the environment around that time, different things going on. So anyway, that's the tidbits in history. We're going to go right into the band thing we got going on. This is bands that begin with the letter O. I couldn't really think of a whole lot, but I did get some. I got Otis Redding, Obsession, Oscar Peterson, Offspring, Outkast, and Ozzy. I'm sure there's so many more that I'll be reminded of. Yeah, I know you'll remind me of the ones I missed or I didn't think of, but that's all I could come up with at this time. So we'll stay with that. And now on to other stuff. Had a school shooting in Maryland, and boy, they're on there. Well, look at all the laws. It didn't do nothing. It didn't have no effect, and blah blah blah, and the age limit, they have all that in Maryland, and none of that worked. They still had a school shooting. Well, I always said that job's going to go find a gun and illegally, but at least he couldn't walk into the store and buy like a loaf of bread. He had to at least take further criminal activity first in order to get the gun, which could have been stopped if by chance, I guess. But if a nut job wants to find a gun, you're not going to stop him. I don't care what law you pass. So all that screaming and crap, I think it's a deterrent. I think it should be implemented. I think you should be 21 to buy a gun, realizing that a gun is designed and built for one purpose, and that is to kill. So I have no problem with 21. I know it's not going to stop diddly squat. If somebody's bent on doing that shit, they're going to do it. So cry and scream and holler all you want. It has no effect on reality. That a deterrent is a deterrent. It's not going to stop everything, but it might diffuse some of it, and that's lives that can be saved. So you can scream and holler, laws don't do shit, there's enough laws. There is enough laws, but they should raise the age to buy a gun to 21. I mean, he was only 17, so he didn't just go and buy it. He had to go illegally get it or have somebody buy it for him or whatever. but it still caused the extra step to find that gun. He could have stole it from somebody. Who the hell knows? Who the hell cares? It's just ridiculous. Why is it such a big deal? I don't see the big deal. I'm of age. I can go in and buy one if I want one. So I think it's important to keep that in mind. So scream and holler all you want. I know that just because you raise the age to buy a gun to 21 doesn't mean it's going to stop knuckleheads. If somebody wants to get a gun, they'll get one. I also think that in the hopes of the deterrent, that it would make somebody who's been on doing some stupid crap like shooting up people might somehow during that time have a change of heart. I have no problem with you owning a gun. I could care less. Get all you want if you're legal, but anything to make it just a simple tad bit harder. I mean, you got to be 21 to buy beer. You got to show your ID in most places if you look, and so it deters. If a teenager wants to drink, it doesn't deter. It doesn't stop it from happening, but it does deter him from being able to go in and do it himself and to get the alcohol. That's what matters. Is there access all over the place for alcohol when you have a buddy that's 21? Hey, buy me the booze. Or hell yeah, same thing with a gun. If somebody wants a gun, they'll find some way to get it. So what are we trying to say? That we should have no laws? Just fucking put the guns up in a rack and hey, come and get them? No, I think there should be some kind of regulation and rules. Sorry if you don't agree. I just think that all that other nonsense is propaganda from the gun manufacturers trying to guarantee easy access to their guns, and so they make their money. Period. You can scream and holler and hoot and hey and do whatever you got to do, but that's my opinion. It's what I think. It's just insane to think that that's an infringement on your rights. All right, well, that's really about all I got for today on that. Gonna cut it short. I'm done. I'm going to work in a couple hours. Got some things I need to do beforehand. Have a great Wednesday morning. Be truthful, be happy, and let's look out for each other, okay? Bye.